Hi everyone. It's been a really long time since I sat down and recorded a video. You'll notice that I'm actually sitting in my study because I thought it was quite a lot of effort to set up in my ritual room, and I thought the best solution to this video setup is to actually just move it to where I am most of the time. So I have a whole bunch of topics lined up to talk about, some that people have asked me to talk about, and some that I really am passionate about and want to chat about. So today's topic is one of my topics, and that is what my witchcraft teachers and mentors have meant to me. Now, when I began my training in the sacred pentagraph and Horsa traditions, I had one teacher who eventually became my mentor and then my friend. I've been incredibly lucky and I feel very blessed to have had an amazing teacher. Not only are they very knowledgeable in the occult, but they are also wise, they're kind, and they're actually genuinely a good person. Now, I will say that it chokes me up a little bit to talk about this topic, and it took me a few tries to get this right without tearing up. But I wanted to say that having the privilege of being taught by somebody that amazing, who are talented occultists and witches, who happen to be kind and principled and ethical and really just amazing people, are incredibly hard to find. I, like many, have in the past had my share of not so awesome role models and teachers. Um, Teachers in traditional initiatory witchcraft give their time and their talent with no payment and very often little thanks and appreciation. And when you get to be taught by somebody of this caliber, it's really worth giving gratitude for and talking about. To me, it's a sacred journey when you enter this type of teacher-student relationship, a journey that costs you both time, humility, um, and it's one that I don't think I'd ever want to exchange for any other experience. Now, as a teacher myself now, I realize that the relationship that's built up between first the prospective initiate or student and later as an initiate, in my perception, I consider that to be really rather sacred. And as a teacher, you need to know what your students need as their progression of their training continues. And you have to have some wisdom and patience and understanding. And I think that I have talked about this in other videos, but I'll say it again. Learning and teaching witchcraft is not like taking a university course where you only need to meet the minimum requirements of a predetermined curriculum and then pass an examination. Teaching and learning in the religion of witchcraft comes through many different means. It comes through conversations, observations, reading, discussions, sharing, participation, and learning that is sort of a perpetual thing. It's a lifelong experience for us. So when you start out, your teacher might start you off with some basic lessons to teach you the religion and the craft. Wicca is a religion first and foremost, but the magical arts are used as well to help solve everyday problems. Now, for the initiates of Wicca, the progression of initiation allows you to rise through the planes, and the witch should be rooted not only in the philosophy of the tenets of witchcraft, but also in helping solve everyday issues with the help of arts of magic and sorcery. Now, even after initiation, teachers in a coven or teachers in a coven leader, for example, will spend a great deal of time where they will still answer questions and provide you with both a practical craft experience. They will teach you more advanced occult techniques based on your interest and aptitude. And hopefully, they will also teach you to intellectualize and understand complex religious theology. Now, although Tara Starr, Charmaine Day, and Sybil Leek were not directly my teachers, I am really grateful for their writings and the private materials that they left us, which I find incredibly valuable. And I feel that they also helped teach me, even though they weren't actually directly involved in my tutelage. Now, many of these lessons were passed down to me through my teacher, who was very fortunate and was taught by Tara Starr, because that was his mentor. And even though technically I only had one teacher, I think I'd also like to say that there are many other living elders in our traditions that have also contributed to my spiritual growth and development. And I am so incredibly thankful to be able to have conversations and discussions with them. And their wisdom has truly helped me in my own life, in our coven, as well as my continued growth. Now, we are not islands unto ourselves. We are because of others. There is a philosophy in South Africa called Ubuntu, which essentially means I am because we are. And that emphasizes community and interconnectedness and humility and humanity. It contrasts quite starkly with Western individualization or individualism, and it asserts that a person's identity is intrinsically linked to the community. And I am really a great proponent of this philosophy because it's similar to our own religious philosophies and tenets in our traditions. So, although my teacher and mentor can be credited as being like my most influential teacher, others have also contributed, and they too should actually be acknowledged. Now, my advice to all students who have a great teacher is to ask all the questions because you don't know how long they're actually going to be in this incarnation. Um, and give them thanks while they're actually still alive for all the things that they do. Now, I remember my teacher telling me that Tara Starr had once told him that it was very important for a teacher to possess the traits of being patient and understanding, and that it was important to have both the knowledge and so basically to have knowledge and knowledge of the practical craft experience. And when I say that he has these attributes in spades, I'm genuinely not overselling it. Um, I owe so much of my own spiritual development to his tutelage in patience and understanding, and I am forever grateful for the time and effort that was put into my training. I know that my teacher will probably feel rather abashed at me piling on all this praise because they're actually really, really humble, and they might not like me doing this, but I wanted to say thank you. So I wanted to end this video by saying thank you so much to my teacher. Thank you to the living elders and everybody that has made a contribution to my spiritual development. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Blessed be.